Hey guys, this is Fire Sade with Third Generation Conjure, back with another video. This time we're going to do the Leos. Alright, so this is a 2020 reading for the Leos. And if you don't know who we are a spiritual company. We specialize in spiritual supplies, products, powders, baths. I'm going to leave our link in the Etsy. You can also follow us on Instagram at Third Generation Conjure, and also like our Facebook. But we're going to get into this reading. I'm going to draw a couple cards. We're going to go over 10 different aspects for Leos this year. Okay, so I do want to just talk about the year 2020 in general. This year, we have a lot of people spiritually awakening. Also, with the year 2020, this is a year of harvest and a year of setting the groundwork for things in the future. So if you have any kind of, ventures or anything that you want to get into this year, this is a good year to get anything started off the ground. Okay, but I'm going to draw a few cards, and then we will get into the reading and the interpretation for the Leos for 2020. All right. Give me a couple seconds. And I'm going to give you guys a little background on the deck that I'm reading from as well. I am reading from the Rider-Waite deck right here. It's a deck that's used by a lot of, different tarot readers. And I'm also using the Well-Worn Path deck. I like this deck strictly because it deals with more spiritual aspects. So if you guys will give me a second, I'm going to get with my ancestors and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're going to get into the reading. So for the present, we have the Maiden and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Maiden represents new energies, represents vitality, fresh approaches. It's a card of limitless and boundless potential. It also represents the beneficial use of your talents. And also, with the Three of Pentacles, it represents status, increased status, also working hard and using your talents. So right now in the present, it seems that many in this sign are in the process of starting some new beginnings, and also in the process of using their talents, to benefit them. Okay, so then next, for the challenges for the upcoming year, we have the Harvest and we have Temperance. So with the challenges, these are some things that those within the zodiac sign may need to work on. So with the Harvest, this is all about the fruits of your labor. And also with Temperance, it's about exerting personal effort to achieve your goals. Okay, so this is a card of matched energy. So the energy that you're putting out is the energy that you will receive coming back. It also represents the importance of being patient. So you may have some issues with being patient and calm. And also it represents forgiveness. So in those aspects, it may even be love aspects. You're going to have some challenges with forgiveness. So those are just some things that you as Leos need to work on this year. All right, so then next we have the underlying root. So the underlying root of everything that's going on within your year. So we have water and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so with the water card, the water is all about movement. It's about flow. Also actions that are required to move and direct. And with this card, this is about success and material gain. And also represent the difficulty of denying yourself anything. So these are going to be some influencing aspects with, some influencing aspects and, for the underlying root of what's going on throughout your year. Okay. All right. So then next we have how you appear. So how you appear throughout this year, maybe how you appear to others. And we have for that card, we have Ancestral Spirit, and we also have the Five of Pentacles. All right. So what the Ancestral Spirit represents, it represents covenant between the past, the present, and the future. It can also represent, if you haven't embarked on it, working with your ancestors, setting up that ancestor altar. It also represents the sharing of gifts, which goes back to the initial card, which is using your talents. So, you know, appearing how you appear this year, a lot of you within the zodiac sign are going to be, you know, using your gifts and, you know, setting the groundwork for your year. Also, with the Five of Pentacles, this represents loneliness. It can represent health problems, or it can also represent not necessarily health problems, but overexerting yourself. So to others, or throughout this year, you may appear, you know, you may appear to be overworked. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so then we have the influencing aspects. So the influencing aspects of what's influencing your entire year. And for this, we have Earth, and we also have the Two of Cups. Okay, so with the Earth card, this is all about manifestation. It reminds you that your thoughts become things. So you need to pay attention to that. So that's going to be an influence for you this year. Just make sure that, you know, whatever you're thinking, you make sure that it's positive. Okay. And then the Two of Cups, this is all about peace of mind, and also can represent relationships. It can represent marriage. So, you know, relationships may be a major influencing aspect of your year. It doesn't even necessarily have to be love relationships. It can be business partnerships, relationships with colleagues, so forth. Okay. All right. So then next we have your aspirations and concerns. So some things that you're concerned with this year, and some things, you know, that you desire this year. All right. So here we have the Athami, and we also have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so what this card represents, once again, it represents manifesting. So a lot of you within this zodiac sign, you are desiring to manifest, you know, your dreams this year. Okay, and it also reminds you not to fall victim. Okay, so, you know, instead of focusing on why it happened and, you know, moping around, if you're going through something, overcome and not fall victim. Okay. All right. And then we also have the Eight of Cups, which is a card of goodbyes. It's a card of walking away. So, you know, you may desire to walk away from something that's no longer serving you, you know, or feeding you. And that could be a relationship. My light just like went dead. It was running off battery. So, yeah, once again, we were discussing, you know, some concerns for this year. And the Eight of Cups, and like I said, that's the card of goodbyes. It's the card of walking away from a job, walking away from a relationship that's no longer serving you or benefiting you. That may be some of your aspirations, or it may be some of your concerns this year. But it's all about walking away from something. Okay, so then next we have, I'm sorry, y'all, I kind of got a little cold, so just bear with me. All right, so next we have the probable course. So the course that you'll probably take within this year. And for that, we have the Crescent Crown Goddess, and we also have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what the Crescent Crown Goddess represents, it represents vision, maintaining vision. It, you know, directs you to pay attention to the whole vision and not just parts of the vision. Okay, so not letting details deter you from your ultimate goal. It can also signify motherhood and sexuality as well. Okay, and it also tells you to listen to message from spirit and, you know, developing different powers and abilities. You know, pay attention to dreams, so forth. And that's your probable course. We also have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page is a card of education. So whether that's training for work, that's further educating yourself on, you know, your craft or something that you're doing, going back to school, finishing a degree, you know, that's going to be the major course of action for a lot of those within the zodiac sign this year, is having to do with education. Okay, so then we have an alternative course of action. So another course that a lot of you within the zodiac sign may take. And we have the Eightfold Path. And we also have the Seven of Cups. All right. So with these two cards, what the Eightfold Path represents, it represents self-discipline and personal commitment. So doing the work instead of imagining. So that's something that, you know, you need to stay on course and doing. Is not, you know, I'm all about visualizing and for manifestation, but you also need to put some work behind it as well. And the Seven of Cups is basically the same thing. It speaks of daydreams and visionaries, dreamers. It may lead to lack of focus, you know, not, you know, exerting effort to your goals, which also was stated in your previous cards, that whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you're trying to do this year, you need to put some work behind it, okay? All right. So then we have the outcome for the year. And we have the Sun card, and we also have Death. Now, this Death card scares a lot of people, but more so it's not what most people think it means, okay? So with the Death card is all about transformation, major transformation. It can represent spiritual enlightenment. It can represent a new way of life, you know, letting go of an outmoded lifestyle. So this year, a lot of those within the zodiac sign are going to be embarking on a major change in their life, okay? So then we have the Sun, and the Sun is the same thing. It's all about growth, new beginnings, and vitality. So overall for this year, whatever you guys are working on and whatever you're putting out, that's what you're going to get back in, okay? So just make sure that the energy that you're putting out is conducive to what you're trying to do. All right, so then finally we have what can change your outcome. So we've already stated that, you know, your words and everything are manifesting, as well as it does remind you that you need to put some work behind and not just expect anything to fall in your lap. So what can change your outcome? We have the Pentacle, and we also have the High Priestess. All right, so what the Pentacle speaks of is endurance and fortitude, which will determine your manifestation or your energy. So if you do not put in the work, and if you are constantly with negative thoughts and negative energy, that's going to manifest in your life. So that's what could change, you know, your major transformation, is staying with the same negative thinking patterns, okay? And with the High Priestess, what she represents is unrevealed secrets, you know, hidden talents in your unconscious. So a lot of you will be uncovering hidden talents throughout this year. And if you decide that, you know, like I said, you're not going to work for it, or, you know, try to discover those talents, then, you know, the year is not going to be very good for you. So just keep that in mind. You know, so, you know, with anything, your energy is going to play a major part in whatever you have going on in your life. And a lot of things we manifest ourselves. But yeah, if this reading resonated with you, just give me a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I also left our Etsy link below. It is www.thirdgenerationconjure.store. We sell our products on Etsy. We also offer readings on our shop as well. If you have any questions, you can message me on the Etsy app, or you can leave me a comment below and I will respond to you. And until next time, and also, you know, I would recommend people, if this is something that doesn't resonate with you, to check your moon sign as well, because sometimes you may be a cross between two signs. So just keep that in mind. But until next time, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.